Let's start with something simple. You can move your HUD screens by clicking and just moving them with the mouse. Now, let's get used to the basic controls. You can move your camera easily with W, S, A and D, or with the arrow keys. To rotate the camera, you can either press Q and E or hold the middle mouse button. To zoom, spin the mouse wheel. Good. Now let's move on. On the left upper corner, you see your current balance, and below, you can see if you're making profit or if you're losing money. And by the way, if you ever run short of money, remember, you can also take out a loan. Next to this, you'll find the number of your inhabitants and the info if they are leaving your city or if they are moving to your city. And by the way, if your city reaches a certain size, you'll get research points which you can spend on new technology, new buildings, or to improve other buildings. Here, you can see the resources. To build buildings, you not only need money, but also materials. Throughout the game, more resources will become available. With the menu in the right upper corner, you can save or load the game or go back to the menu. All right, now let's build something. Let's start with some streets. Click on the Transport menu and select the streets. Now the building tool is active. Begin placing a street by clicking on the ground once. Then move the mouse to define where the street should go. If you use the right mouse button, you can cancel your current action. Crossroads can be built on existing roads. Just click on a road and draw another one. Let's take a closer look at the road building tool. On the left, you can switch between straight and curved streets. The choice is yours. Shall we now get some residents into your city? Click on the building menu and select the housing zone. As a mayor, you can define zones where the people are allowed to build houses. Keep in mind, you can only draw these zones when a street is nearby. Also, creating those zones does cost something. Level 1 zones. After the first flats have been built, a symbol appears above the buildings. It signals that this building has problems. Details about the building can be found in the building menu. Here, you can see what is missing to satisfy the people living here. Here, you can see which services are needed. Some services are more important than others for your citizens. Residents of the first zone usually just need a good doctor close by. Close the building information. Most buildings also need electricity. Wind turbines can be placed anywhere in the city. They don't need roads nearby. They will supply the buildings with power anyway, so just place them where you would like to have them. Most buildings also need water. Water towers produce water, but they also need electricity. Build water towers and water pipes must be placed so that the water actually arrives at the buildings. Under your mouse, you see a white water node. Each building which is producing water also has such a node. Click on the one from the water tower to have a starting point. Now, draw your pipes. By the way, when all buildings have a water supply, exit the menu with the right mouse button. Now, let's take care of the health system. A surgery should be built close to the residential buildings. The doctor can take care of a defined zone you can see as a circle. Later on the construction of such custom buildings also costs money and resources. This menu gives a good overview about the resources. To expand the capacity of your city, you will need to build warehouses. Since you'll need more resources soon, let us build a lumberjack yard. Keep in mind, they are only efficient if placed next to areas with many trees. Select the lumberjack yard now in the tree menu. Once selected, now the buildings are being constructed. Exit the menu by using the right mouse button. The lumberjack yard has its own storage. However, if it is filled up, no new resources will be added. They then must be collected by build the shipping company next to a road. They also have a certain action radius. Within that radius, goods are collected. If the radius is too big, it takes way longer to pick up the goods, however. Once the storage of the lumberjack yard is filled up by 50%, the carrier will pick up the wood. You can also manually request a pickup. The more citizens you have, the more they will ask for. Always keep an eye on their needs. Click on a residential building. You can see here which goods or food they need. Some goods have a higher impact on their satisfaction. The lowest class needs fish and vegetables. The fishery must be built near water. Build a road first and then the fishery, and don't forget to extend the road. To build a farm, you need to define an area with surrounding streets. The roads must be a closed system. Existing roads can also be used. The vegetable farm needs an office to work properly. Offices are built like housing, so choose the building menu, but pick the office this time. The town hall is an important building. After you've placed it, you can see revenues and other statistics about your town in detail. Here you can see how the balance is calculated. You can also define the taxes in this menu. In case your warehouses are filled up, you can also sell materials on the market. Or in case you need specific resources, you can buy them there as well. Your city produces garbage, and that can cause serious issues. So you should take care of that. Garbage carriers can pick it up. Garbage zones must be placed so garbage can be stored. Thank you for playing High Rise City. We hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far.